Evening, Aaron, mate. Aaron, did you have anything on? I don't think you did. I've got an SGC order back. Um, I don't know when it was from. No, sorry, well, it was from December. But I don't know if you had anything on that one. I don't think you did. Ask me. Because I have some results back. The speed at which these grading companies are grading cards is outstanding. Honestly, it's gonna change. It's gonna change the game. It's gonna change the game. Still can't get over how fast that PSA regular. So yeah, no, nothing. Okay, that's fine. I didn't think so. Just wondering. I got it was only a small one. I must have. Jesus Christ, I must have lost money because it was only 15 cards, and then the PSA one was only 10 cards. Um, I think I just did one. I can't remember why I did it. But anyway, so yeah, the grading card companies are working. It seems like it's going to be another backlog. Like I just don't know how it's going to work, but I think it's going to get to a stage where I think it's going to be a good for like 2 3 months. Evening, Jonas, mate. You okay? It's going to get to a stage where by the way, mate, I only just sent out your your free stickers today. Ugh, terrible. I'm terrible. I know. Um, it's going to get to a really good stage where grading card companies are sorry, because we're going to get so much cards back, and I think a lot are going to go on eBay, sold on social media. People are going to have a lot more money to spend, and it's that the way that economic balance of right, you spend more or you no you make more, so you're able to spend more. So hopefully, because these grading card companies are now becoming really quick. And then when I mean really quick, I mean like it's frightening how quick I think it's going to be. SGC, for example, like for example, I have 10, or maybe not 10. I've got 5 of these press proofs. They sell for 20 quid. If I sent them to SGC now, they all got a 10. I'd be able to sell it for 100 quid. 30 quid in for the grading. Whatever I paid, obviously I got it out of a box, so you divide that cost by it, by the ones that I'm sending, and I'll double my money. It's like it's a no brainer for some of these cards. Evenings, that mate. Can't complain if they're free. Yeah, that's true. But I just hate when I don't send things when I should be sending them. So apologies on my part. Any info on when you're adding the £40 yeah, so you can do it from now. I've just not added the button yet. That will be done at some point this week. But I absolutely, if you wanted to go on that tier, all I'd say is just if you wanted to like get stuff sent off now and send me stuff, absolutely fine. Just use the SGC tier now, and just let me know. That it is, and I'll just change it on the back end. So that's absolutely no problem. Because like I said, for me now, I'm going to be looking. I've got cards all over the place because I'm looking to send in probably about 20 myself. These are not the cards. These are just I'm just showing that I've got cards all around me, and I'm just looking at things that I don't know what that is. I don't know what these are. More press proofs, I think. Noah Lang to 99. Just like cards like that now I can actually grade at a reasonable price, and within 2 weeks flip it, sell it, buy something else. And that's literally like the goal that I've been waiting for so long. For me personally, is that having that quick turnaround time where you can grade, where you can buy, grade, sell, buy again. That time frame has never been as short it is now for a lot of the new people in the hobby. Obviously, for people who've been here longer, obviously it was better 2 years ago, and it was a lot easier. But in that time frame when PSA stopped, when the submissions got too much, everything came to a halt in the hobby. Now we're at a stage where the market is down, partly because it's kind of reached a point where the amount of cards that are out there are already being out there. And these mid-level cards, low to mid-level cards, people aren't really bothering with either SGC because, people just don't like it. Some people don't like SGC. I do, but some people don't. And that's a 2-month turnaround. PSA, the lowest for a long period of time was £140 per card. So again, sending cards like a Cristiano Ronaldo press proof, even though this at one point they're not now, but at one point we're selling for 20 quid. You won't the time it would take for you to send in that card to receive back is not long enough. Now it's absolutely different. If you opened a box of Donruss, imagine you open a box of Donruss when it first came out, and that you was able to send this card to SGC or to me and get it back within 2 weeks. Get it back. Even the faster service, which I think is only, I think it might be 60 quid for 5 days. Imagine getting that back within a week, and then being able to sell it. You'd be selling this card for 200 quid, or maybe not 200 quid. That's a bit too much, but maybe $150, 150 quid ish, something like that, because it's new, it's on the market, it's the fresh. Absolutely, this is a game changer. Any info? Evening, Aaron. Thought I'd hop on Twitch instead. Thank you, Zach. Thank you very much, my friend. Is anyone in here who has got any cards on SGC from December with me? If you are, I've got grades back. You going to get a table at the Bolton card show? If yes, we might need to talk grading soon. Jonas, I'm not getting a table. Will I get a table? I don't know. Basically, my aim for card show is to meet and talk to as many people as possible. So if you're about, mate, absolutely, just come and talk to me, and we'll have a conversation. I want to meet and talk to as many people as possible. So I'm really looking forward. That's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't get a table, because I don't want to just be at my table. I wanted to walk around, but I might be able to get a table. I don't know. Evening, mate. AEW. Is that Alex? That £89 regular tier has taken like 3 weeks, as in Aaron. That it's ridiculous. I think, and I mean, I hope that's the case for. I hope that's the case for all submissions going forward. That it is, but I think because I was one of the first people to submit on that regular tier, because it was like literally as soon as it opened, I was like, boom, let's get him in. So I would have been one of the first. Soon what's going to happen is there's going to be an influx, and then I can see it slowing down. But to have it back within 3 weeks is literally insane, and I'm so annoyed at myself that I didn't send more on that. Obviously, hindsight is a wonderful thing, but I'm annoyed that I didn't send more, because I had a few that I could have sent, but I held back. Hi, Dampo. Didn't you send it start of January? Mate, I said it got to PSA on the 11th of January. Oh, so yeah, I sent it at the beginning of January. I sent it about the 5th, 6th of January. Got to PSA, they didn't process it till the 11th, and then when they processed it, it was done. What was it, like 2 days ago? Finished 2 days ago, and it was supposed to take 3 months, which is just outrageous, and that should be being sent back to me. Well, it should be on its way back now, so it'll probably be here by the end of the week. So it will have taken just under a month, or just about a month, for it to come back, which is absolutely insane. And there was 48 cards on it as well. There was quite a lot of cards. Oh, tables are sold out. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I just wanna meet people. So, oh, cheers, Matt. Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. So anyway, so today, again, without any questions, if there's no questions, I kind of want to get back to one of the reasons why I like to do these, why I do this every Tuesday, 6 till 8, especially now that PSA and SGC are getting a lot quicker, because I want to try and add value to people. Because one of the toughest things in this hobby, at the moment at least, is selling cards. Buying it at a good price, selling it at a good price, and it's like, obviously it's hard to balance those two things, and what to buy as well. So what I want to get to is to a point where this is where I'll show you the investments that I'm making, because I'll be doing it regularly. I'll be shipping regularly to get the cards graded, and then I'll be selling. So I'll go through all those processes just so everyone can see what I do, and if anything helps them, then that's great. So one thing. Oh, Jamie, one question and one question only. Can I buy your Jude? The thing? The thing with when I was posting those cards, I was like, and my inbox went absolutely crazy. I was like, I know I'm just gonna get so many people wanting some of these cards, and I was like, oh no, should I actually post? But I want Immaculate that much. Those cards, that's probably though. Well, a lot. So some of those cards are like the cards that weren't gonna leave my possession, like they were gonna stay in there for a good year, 2 years. But I really, really want a case of Immaculate. I really, really want a case of Immaculate. So those are the ones that I'm tempted. If I don't sell them, it's very hard for me to, because like the Jude, like the problem I have is the problem that everyone has, or a lot of people have, is these cards, or some of these cards, that you can sell for a certain price. Like the Jude, if I sell the Jude now, the Jude variation, it's only gonna get X amount, whatever, if I'm selling it at comps. I don't like the only things I won't ever sell at comps is ones that are my PC. Right, everyone, like, PC cards, it's always going to be over comps. But in terms of um, if I am just doing to sell, I've got to sell at comps. Like I'm not that guy. I will sell at comps. But then I see some cards and I'm like, I know a good performance. I know with cards coming back from PSA, it's a few weeks away of at least prices starting to creep up a little bit. Obviously, could have a different effect because Jude's, Pedri's, the more that's in the market, obviously, the more the price can change. But I think there's a sweet spot on a lot of cards. I think there's a sweet spot on a lot of cards where even if there is two, three, 400, people have still got this fear of missing out and will try to buy certain cards. For me, Sapphire is the top in terms of having a rookie card. So if you've got Pedri, Mikoku, if you want the rookie card, Sapphire is the one to go for. And I've said that a few times, but that for me is definitely the one. If they've not got like a true rookie, and when by a true rookie I mean like there's a difference of at least a year or so, and there's nothing. It's definitely the rookie card. Then I would always go for Sapphire. I just think it's the most sought after, and you usually can tell by most of the prices that Sapphire is usually the top one. Ryan, so basically what I'm gonna do is there's a few guys who kind of like the higher end stuff. So me included. So there's it's gonna be split between like six people, maybe eight people. Um, and I kind of want it very low numbered. I'll have it if I mean obviously if then the guys who said they would want something, unless they said they didn't want in on it again, um, I'd break it myself. But the aim was to do more high end stuff, but with fewer people, so everyone who's then involved gets a decent proportion of cards. So, for instance, if it was six of us, technically that's I'd do it as like a draft, but technically then everyone gets their own case. Sorry, their own box because there's six boxes in Immaculate. So everyone will get their own box. So everyone's got a chance of getting the low numbered rookies. There's a 1 in 6 chance of a case hit. Everyone should get a box hit. Um, so yeah, I'd do it that way. And again, when you get it first, the prices obviously are higher. So when we sell on, um, then you're likely to make at least some of your money back. Rather than doing, buying into a case and paying £500 for one spot and not a chance of hitting, it makes more sense to pay 1,000 and have 20 players and have one or two of the top players. For me, it makes more sense anyway. So that's one of the reasons why I do that, and I'm gonna do it more of that going forward. I've actually got another case of something coming potentially, and I think I might only do that with a few people. Anyway, but that's by the by. That's by the by. Sam, my man, this is the shirt you hate. Uh, wow, that CL Chrome was this one. This CL Chrome. That's on a that's on a this still got 2 days left. Um, that's gonna go high. That'll go to about 2 grand, I think. It's the 17-18 one. I like watching Wax. I like watching Wax to see what prices things are settling in at going for. What price do you honestly reckon I can get for the Rooney PSA 10? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is what this show is about. Let's have a look what we could get for that Wayne Rooney. I remember Rooney like a year ago. No one was buying Rooney at all. No one. And his prices were absolutely dirt cheap. But he's absolutely smashing it as a manager now. So Domers do not seem to be doing well. Well, an impeccable one of one went for only $1,000. Oh, that signature's off. Why would you use that sticker for the one of one? That is ridiculous. Why would you use that sticker for this one of one? That's probably the worst Rooney auto I think I've seen. I think that's easily the worst Rooney. Oh, there we go. One of one. Look at that. Off sticker. And I know because I've seen better. I think I had two Rooneys from this impeccable. So I know they could have used a better sticker. Look at the edges and corners. Ooh. So obviously yours is graded as well. Graded PSA 10. So these are all raw prices. Let's have a look. Ooh. So a PSA 7 went for $172. So we can safely say you're going to get higher over a 10. 10 of 10 on the rookie ticket in the Everton went for $1,200. I think again, this is just a wild guess. A wild guess. I'd go for $700 to $1,200, maybe more, maybe 15, maybe $800 to $1,400. Maybe. I need to do some more research on that one, but actually, let me do the rest of my investigation. This is the only thing with this is so because someone asked me about like software, and I've referred a few people to Sport Market Movers, referred a few people to Card Ladder, and the great tools. They're just not great for soccer or football. They're just not enough data in them yet. So when you're trying to search for, if you're not searching for Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Haaland, it's very hard to find what you're trying to look for and try to gauge on prices. It's the only thing that really annoys me with it, because I think it's like $50 a month, and yeah, right now it's not worth it. Gem rate. Let me just have a look at Rooney and how many have gemmed. Oh, actually, what I need to do. Let me. It is a pop one. It is a pop one. I can confirm. It is a pop one. So that's not too bad. Maybe you can hike the price up a little bit now. There you go, mate. So that'll help with selling pop one. Put pop one. Put pop blah blah blah. Put pop one in the title. This is where I get behind on messages because I just flipping. Did you get any mount boxes, Aaron? I did. I got 6 Billy. Probably all opening. I wanted to get 2 autos. I don't think the mount boxes. I don't think they're as good as the Alphonso Davies boxes. I just think a lot of people got fear of missing out, because the Alphonso Davies boxes were really good. I think the buy in this one is they've got Pedri, so nice one of one Pedri wouldn't go too bad. Aaron, what do you think is the best way to price SGC cards with low pops? I struggle with it. Do you know what I think it's going to be better once the market starts to submit more. SGC is one of those like slowly like becoming more mainstream. I know by doing this myself, I know there's a few people who I've converted from uh or converted to doing SGC as well. I just think for the price point, it's very good. But what you're always going to struggle with anything, whatever it is, if it's a low pop, no comparisons, and especially because I know the cards that you send in, so I know there's not a lot to go off. The only thing you can do is price it. If it's £10 raw, price it at £100, and do all best offer, and then see what you do. Or the other way is you do a few of the same, a few, like if you've got three of the same card, grade them all, do one on bid, do one on bid on auction, sorry, do one on auction on eBay, see what interest you get, see what levels you get. That would be my choice, sir. You'll have to DM me about the case thing you have coming. Yeah, Jamie, no worries, mate. I don't know why I didn't, to be fair, because I messaged a few people about it. I don't know why I didn't message you. I know we like similar things, so. But yeah, that's no worries, mate. I don't hate it. I'll send you a DM in a second with video England shares. Mate, we need to, yeah, I've got a collab thing for you, Sam, mate. But anyway, I'll reach out to you after. Have you invested in any wax? I have. I've invested in. I invested in the FIFA 365 boxes, the one with Haaland in. That's not gone well so far. Well, it is. I can sell it for more. But not a lot more yet. I've invested in Domrus. I've invested Road to Qatar. I've actually got a few Domrus as well. Blasters from 1819. I want to. I've done a few of these episodes, and one of the things I've said is I want to invest more in wax. So this year I will be buying a lot more. I'll be buying less of the stuff this year, and more of the stuff from previous years. So if I'm buying stuff from this year, what I'll do is open it straight away, get everything on eBay, sell for as much as I can. Any of the good cards I will send graded. If I think the product is good, I will make sure I keep one or two of the sealed wax back. But I think the play for me, well, like I said, I don't think on trying to influence or say whatever to anyone else, but personally, my investment in wax is going to be from previous years where I think there's still value. So let's say, for instance, the last one, Domrus. I still think Domrus is going to come down a bit in price, especially when Prism comes out. Maybe not so now because obviously you can still buy Prism. It has come down. It's come down loads anyway, but I think it's still going to come down even more. But because there's chances of getting low numbered Haaland, Sakas, there's going to be one or two people in there that are going to come through in the next year. There's going to be a point where it gets really low and then it shoots up. And maybe not shoots up's the wrong word. I don't think it's ever going to shoot up, but I think it will rise to a point cheaper than what you can buy at, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So my thing is I'm gonna buy seal wax more, enter less breaks. I'm not gonna do as many breaks. I've been pretty good this year in entering less breaks. Unless it's something like I said really specific, or it's 2-3 cases of something, and then I might be able to pick a certain player. But I not that I got stung on Neymar, but I entered quite a few cases of Neymar, like case breaks for Neymar, and I ended up with a 99 auto and a base auto, but the base auto was a bit messed. And I was just like, it's just not the way to go. I could have used that money and I could have bought one. I could have bought his card to 10 and just kept that, or sent that to grading. So I'm gonna do less breaking, more personal breaks. So like I'm gonna rip more wax for myself, because I think there's more value in selling all the cards. So for instance, I recently opened a case of Revolution, and like I've got all the cards of Revolution, which I'm going to list all for 99p. I've actually just started listing stuff. List all for 99p. Already selling a few, and then I got a Beckham auto out of it. So obviously I made my money back just from that for the case. But obviously there's a chance of not getting that, so I was lucky in that sense. But I'm gonna get that graded. I'm gonna get that. I've got it somewhere. There it is. So these are the two cards that will help pay for my case. I got a David Beckham, which I'm grading, and I got a Mesut Ozil, which is the Sunburst, which actually quite a nice looking card. The auto's really clean on it, which was to 10. So I'm going to get graded that. So I opened a case. Every box, every card is going to be listed on eBay. The good cards I've taken out, I'm going to grade. I've sold a few already. And again, just try and make profit, and then from that profit, get something else in. Have you invested? Oh, that's like I said. Ooh, Maga. How are you, sir? How are you, Maga? Brett, is it time to sell my Greenwood? Just take my losses. I've had a few conversations. I'm like, wow, got a few comments coming in now. We'll come back to Greenwood. Brett, if I've not answered your Greenwood question in a few minutes, let me know. I've got a few comments on Greenwood because a few people have DM'd me about Greenwood, good and bad. So yeah, I've got a few things to say on Greenwood. They would never do that in basketball. Evening all, Aiden. I know 2 Rooney collectors, but I don't know if they're currently looking for PSAs. If you get a price, I can ask them though. Alfie, hello sir. Hi mate. I've got an Henry Prism Auto to 50. I'm looking to sell trade. What sort of value should I be looking at? The thing with Henry Autos, and it's Henry is my favorite player. He needs to be my number one. So I've got another card going to PSA, which is this. So this is going to be my, well, that's my PC forever. Really, it's not really an expensive one, but it's more sentimental than anything. But with Henry has probably about 64,000 autos, so it's very difficult. It's not as much as what you think, basically, what he would get, because he's got so many. So if we just go to look at Thierry Henry Auto and the prices, Thierry, there should be quite a few. I'm guessing it's non-graded. Thierry Henry to 50 Auto. Always go off sold prices. So yeah, I mean, we can just go from what was sent, a few days ago. Even if that's a few years older. So you look, depending on which one it is, obviously. To 50, you're looking at $200, so you're looking £200. You're looking to £300. I mean, obviously, if you got it for next to nothing, then you're laughing. But yeah, you're not looking at as much as what it should be, but it's because they produced too many of his autos. What do you think I could get for the Bellingham Inception 25? Oh, what a card! Again, it's the struggle that we come from, is where it's there's just not many out there, and the trouble is there would always be a buyer at the right price for it, but if then there's only, let's say, 5 buyers, and there's 25, obviously, if the card you've asked for a 25, and if the 5 buyers have already got one, then selling it becomes significantly harder to get a 25. So Jude Bellingham. Hope that answered your question, Alfie. Jude Bellingham, 25 auto. Although I do really, really rate Jude Bellingham. So Merlin seemed to. I'm not going to have to get a charger soon. Merlin seemed to do less in the market than the counterparts. So Topps Chrome, Sapphire, if that makes sense. So with this selling 2 days ago at 570, you're probably looking at around, at the very least, the $800 mark, I would assume. Again, assumption. Just trying to figure out Uh, see, well, you had one even a few days ago going for over $800. Um, I don't know what that sold for. I might check in a bit. The good thing is always looking at making sure that the bids and not biting out. I don't really trust biting out or best offer accepted. I'll always just go off what's being bidded. Bidded. Ooh. I mean, look at that. That's 1400. Purple 25. And that's not even graded. 17. Oh, that's a 10. No. PSA 8. Jesus. PSA 8 to 25 went for 1700. I wonder if that got paid for. That's ridiculous. Wow. So yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I'm gonna have to get a thing. Thanks, mate. Appreciate this donation. All right, let me hold on, guys. Let me get my charger. Get my charger. All right, I'm back. Fucking hell, I hate running. And the thing also, while I had seconds to think there, the thing with valuation, everyone base everything on comps, like eBay comps, but the most of the time there's only ever going to be one or two sales. That's also why I only trust bids, even though bids can be a little suspect. But you have to have like that's this best estimation kind of thing and just a best guess. But a lot of deals happen auction sites, a lot of deals happen just on social media, which could differ significantly to what you see on bids. I know I've had cards that I've seen on eBay and there's been three that I've sold for $500 and then I put mine up and it sells for 300. Like sometimes there's not a lot of correlation when you're looking for comps. Sometimes it's just best fit. So you just got to be aware that your price might be 25-30% wrong, 35-40% wrong. Because again, if there's one buy, like I said, there's the J's in here, but like Richarlison, I get offered a lot of Richarlison cards. If I'm going into breaks, I know I can get the Richarlison spot because I'm usually one of the only few people that's going for him. So that means there's only a few people that you can potentially sell that card to. Obviously, I'm being very generic in that, but like there's only then a certain amount of people for certain cards. So if those cards have already gone, or that person doesn't have the money that day, that week, has already got the card, already in negotiations to get that card, or is not bothered about it, your pool of people to sell to becomes significantly less. Whereas I know people who will buy certain cards, and they'll pay whatever the price. Like they don't care if they haven't got that card, they will pay whatever the price. So you've got this balancing act of trying to find the right person at that right time to sell that card to, and that's kind of thing that we need to be more patient with. So a lot of times I'll just say, you know, don't go off comps, and yeah, you'll probably get a bit of stick from someone if you do charge something a little bit too high, because they will have seen one comp on eBay and that one comp is like 50% lower than what you're selling it for, so they choose not to buy. But again, it's all best guess, if I'm being honest. Like I said, me now, I'm just chucking up prices in the air, and because football is such a small portion of the market. We're only literally going off 2, 3 comps per card. Like there's just not a lot there. Yeah, I looked that up earlier. I just want the true rookie auto Tommy Doyle. Thought of the Barca team set. I didn't like the Barca team set. Hey, 40 collector. I didn't like the Barca. Not that I don't like the Barca team set, but compare the Barca team set to the Alfonso set in terms of design, and I think it's night and day. I thought the Alfonso Davies curated set was fantastically designed. Personally, Lawrence, hello sir. I got a Bellingham to 5 from Deco collection. Do you think I should PSA it? Absolutely. Um, Even though I have my reservations for Deco because I don't like Deco, short print of the top players will always sell. Like they'll always sell. Ronaldo's will always sell. Messi's will always sell. Haaland's will always sell. Bellingham's will always sell. And when I mean sell, they may not sell for the exact figure that you're looking for, but they will sell considerably more than any other card that most people have in their collections. So if as long as it looks good, if you can get a 10 in a 5 in a Bellingham, yeah, a 5 in a Bellingham, then a 10 in a Bellingham, then you're absolutely laughing because I put it in this way. Let's say you got a 10 to a number to 10 of Jude Bellingham. Even though he's got 50,000 cards and he's in 100 sets, it only leaves, if it's a 10, if he's in 100 sets, there's only 1,000 cards where there's going to be flipping 30,000 base cards, 50,000 base cards or whatever. So there's only ever going to be a certain amount of those rookie cards. Even though he's in loads, there's only going to be a certain amount of short print cards, which is why we call them short print or SSP, super short print. Again, so that's always a factor to take into consideration is that, yeah, it may not be a Sapphire to 5, but still having a super short print in one of the most desirable players, it's always going to do well. There's always going to be a market for it. Can't wait to get my cards in slabs. I should really list up all bundles. Yeah, right. Sorry, mate. You did message me. I will message you back after this. I should really list up all bundles. I have so many. Mate. What have I got here? My next task is going through Domrus. Because I've got a load of Domrus. Loads of Domrus. And I'm just going to go through, get all the Haalands out. What else we got? Get all the Saka, paper base. And just say 10 Sakas or whatever. Start it at £1. I'll end up getting 20 quid for it. Yeah, I'll end up, well, maybe not 20 quid. Maybe if I did the Haaland or Pedri, but you get my point. I'm saying, yeah, bundle them together, just sell, make whatever you can, and then reinvest that money. Aaron, hello, sir. You okay, mate? Yeah, evening's going good. Just started with 45 minutes in. Maverick, you alright, mate? How are you doing, sir? You good? What do you think I should do with my Andy Cole Gold Prism? See, plays like that, they just don't sell. Like, you might get $100 for it. You might get John. Oh, John's in. John, your scores have come back from SGC. Your scores have come back from SGC, mate. So if you want to know, let me know. I could even tell you on stream if you want. Anyway. Just remind me of what you sent in. I can't totally remember. That point's gone. Andy Cole. So Brett, yeah, Andy Cole. I mean, you might get $100 for it. You might get $50, maybe not 100, maybe $50. There's just not a market because a lot of the market now is people who are wanting to either invest, thinking that they've got a deal so they can resell it, or invest to grade because they then think they can sell it. If there's not a market for that particular player, it's really hard to sell. And players like Andy Cole, even though they were phenomenal, they just don't sell. I mean, imagine getting like a Les Ferdinand card. Like, for some people, he would be amazing, but 95% of the people who are in the market now will not know who Les Ferdinand is, just because he was never top there. Teddy Sheringham, another one. Just players like that. People, if they don't know him, they're not going to buy into them. You have to be a real collector of that player to buy it. Can you find a comp on the Inception? Yeah, Matt, put what card it is again. My mind's running a blank, mate. So just put it now in. I'm catching up to messages. By the time I get to it, we'll have a look. His is numbered to 5, mate. Yes, get it graded. Yeah, absolutely. Compton, he's back. Hello, sir. My 5 isn't an auto though. Spot on, Aaron. Thank you, sir. Need to find a new player to PC as my Greenwood collection is in the bin, mate. By the way, is anyone a Rashford fan? Anyone a Rashford fan in it? I've got a lime green to 5. PSA 9. Anyone's interested? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So on Greenwood, so people were telling me. I'll tell you a little story that people were. I had 2 messages. I think 2 messages, maybe 3. And there was like, because I made a comment and I was like, don't get me wrong, like I am absolutely. I'm not getting into what he's done because he's absolutely the worst kind of human. Anything to do with women or kids, and it sends me under. Anyway, that aside, let's just stick with cards. I then said in the bottom, sell your cards now because there's going to be people out there who still think either he's not guilty or there's a chance that he'll come back, so they'll buy cards 50% off. Let's say if he got convicted in a year or 6 months' time and he's got 10 years in general, then your collection's absolutely gone. But a few people then messaged me and was like, well, people should just accept the loss and people should just accept the loss and not try to sell and profit from it. I was like, personally, I think that's stupid. I think that's silly because, one, if I've invested my hard-earned money into something, whatever that may be, right now, let's say Greenwood, why should I not try and recoup something for something that's not my fault? Like I didn't do anything to make my investments go down. So now I'm supposed to suffer. For me, if someone's willing to buy a card, that's on them. Like I can't change the way, and it's not going to change anything in the grand scheme of things anyway. So it doesn't make sense to not sell the card just because of what it makes no sense. So I had a conversation with a few people, and like I said, I know people who have invested money into Greenwood. Why should they not try and recoup some of that if there is someone willing to buy the cards? What does that actually change? What would it change by that person not selling the card? It just doesn't. That kind of mentality, it doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, for people who actually like to collect him, that's where it's unfortunate because in future sets you would have just always collected this card. The collector, that's that's a shame. And a lot of people, like I said, have the act aside and taking Harriet out of it. People collected Greenwood. People invested money in Greenwood a lot because he was one of, again, when you're talking about the Haalands, your Mbappes, your Ansu Fatis, Mason Greenwood was up there. So imagine how many people. Actually, I say that. I wonder. Let's see if Mason's on here. So you can see already his price has changed by 63%. Ooh. But again, I say that it's only 5 cards. It's only 5 cards. But if we go the last 180 days, last year. So in the last year, and I think this is a very loose figure to have, but in the last year, there's been $100,000 worth of sales on Mason Greenwood. That's gone. That's pretty much gone. Um, yeah, the situation itself is just so upsetting. But anyway, again, trying to keep it to cards. Keep it to cards. I don't like, I try not to let too much real news seep in. Everyone here knows it's disgusting what's happened. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. But again, so this is it. So Matt's saying GSY innocent until proven guilty. For me, the evidence is there. Like the evidence is there for me. But in terms of the market, and again, this is this is where you have to, if you're thinking on a purely investment sense, and this is where ideas will differ. This is where ideas will differ, and hopefully we won't get fixated on this because I know I'm gonna have to read more comments down which related to what I just said before, and then now this. So again, bear with me. I'm not reading the comments, so if you are commenting on what I've just said, I won't have time to answer it yet because I've not read what you've said. Bear that in mind if you're about to write anything. If you look at it from an investment purpose, with any investment, you speak to anyone who does investing, you've got to take the emotional element out, right? So then you have to see it as, right, if I think said thing is going to happen, so he gets proven innocent. Like I said, not for me, but let's say he gets proven innocent. People who are buying his cards now will be able to get his cards 80% less, 70% less, because they feel that he has a chance. Imagine, I said this to someone else yesterday. Imagine he does his time, repents, plays for a team somewhere else. I don't. He'll never play for England. But imagine if he gets to a level of somewhere where he's back. He's only 20 now. So if he went to jail for 3 years, 4 years, came back, found a new team, started smashing it. Again, this is me trying to rationalize what could happen if he didn't do it. So then there are investors there who will buy his cards now 80% less of the price that they're selling for, and then in 5 years' time, in 6 years' time, may then sell it for 20% more, 30% more. So sometimes you have to take the emotional element out. Again, please, I'm not going to buy Greenwood's cards. I didn't buy Greenwood's cards anyway, but I'm definitely not going to buy any Greenwood cards now. But you have to, if you look at it from an investment purpose, you have to see it from that. Now, those who are buying Greenwoods, each to their own. Like I said, it's a card at the end of the day. It's not. I'm not going to get too much into it. I'm not going to go too much into it because again, that's all we're going to go down the route of talking about Greenwood, and I don't want to. I don't want to give him enough, time to speak about it. What will happen is happen. Hopefully, he'll get his just rewards, especially some of the stuff what's been coming out today. Like I said, for me, it's an eye for an eye. But again, I'm going too far into it. Anyway, let's move on. Hopefully, I've answered those questions, and I don't need to go back, even though I know I'm going to have to because I can see these comments coming through. Right, so I'm going to skip the Greenwood comments. Bellingham is the best rookie to PC, and Ronaldo is a GOAT. Messi's a GOAT, but we'll talk about that in another live. I picked up a 35 PSA 9 Xavi Select patch auto cards the other week. When do you think? Do you know what? Xavi's one of them that he's become more relevant. And I see his prices starting to pick up. Again, a year ago, 18 months ago, 2 years ago when I first started, I knew Xavi was a legend. No one was buying Xavi cards like to that level. The last 6 months or so, his prices have started. I've seen his prices started to go because people are like, "Oh, Xavi's a GOAT," and I was like, "Yeah," but again, it's not what you know. If you feel you know football, you feel you know soccer, whatever. It's not what you know. It's what the people who are buying the cards know. Like I said, I'm trying to think of. Excuse me. I'm trying to think of another recent relevant player. I forgot his name now. Anyway, I'll come back to that. I was trying to think of someone to say that he was a great player, but he's still not showing the love in the hobby. But the more people understand the game of football, the more people try and research, try and look at legends. They see someone like Andy Cole. Andy Cole's is a great example. There's a chance Andy Cole prices could go up because he was one of the best strikers that have ever played in the Premiership. Like, people don't know that. Like Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was quality. Tor Andre Flo, Gianluca Zola. Like, these are players who were absolutely quality, and I grew up watching. And like I said, I've said in a few previous shows that Xavi is those players. When people in England start to come in, and when people in England start to come into the hobby and see, how much you can make and then those are the people that will buy players of who they grew up watching. So then there becomes a market. So if there is, again, let's take Teddy Sheringham, for example. If there is a market of people who are aged 30, 35 to 55, Spurs fan, United fan, whatever, came in and West Ham, yeah, he played for a number of clubs, to be fair, and said, "Do you know what? I'm going to start collecting Teddy Sheringham cards." Then automatically, suddenly, you've got this new market of Teddy Sheringham. So any Teddy Sheringham's come, people are going to pay the money because collectors pay more than investors. One lesson to leave here today is that collectors pay more than investors. So if there's enough demand there for that player, there's enough demand there for that player, but the supply is low, then you're going to make, that's how that market grows. So there's always a chance for players who are lesser known now, or more known in the grand scheme of football, but might be lesser known in the hobby just because of the newer people that are coming in that don't really follow football, don't really follow soccer. They're trying to kind of catch up to who the legends are in the game. Again, for me, it was the same with basketball. When I tried to collect basketball, NBA, I knew Shaq, Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, Steph Curry, and I know about 10 players, Giannis. But then you start to, look at the market, you look at who are the GOATs of it, and then you start to see different people. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, he won 10 NBA championships. He was a record assist player, whatever. So then you think, oh, yeah, he might be a good player to invest in. And it's through education that you learn more, in my opinion. The only... I need to have a better process of reading these comments, I think. The only card I've got left is a PSA 10 Tom Lewin. Yeah, I have his rated. I like Rashford. Still waiting on the Greenwood answer. Did I answer Greenwood, Brett, now? I can't remember. I hope I did. Cheers for reminding me, though. Yeah, go for it. I had 2 Mount cards, Sapphire base, rookie. We won't mention the Kazmat numbered and Camavinga. Well, what I'll do, just in case there's someone who doesn't want to know the score. So, John, what you got, mate? SGC. Kazmat Chimev, 2021 Chronicles. Gem Mint 10. Mason Mount, Topps Chrome Sapphire. Gem Mint 10. Panini Chronicles Mason Mount. Gem Mint 10. Topps Inception Champions League, Eduardo Camavinga. Gem Mint 10. Yeah. So there you go, mate. The other one, who name shall not be mentioned, got a 9.5. So you happy with that, pal? I know I am. And it'll only take me 10 minutes to read your response. Thought on a price before Jordan Henderson patch auto from Obsidian. Do you know what? Jordan Henderson's price, I'll probably shoot myself in the foot here, but I'm sure Jordan Henderson actually sells pretty decent, which I was surprised of. I don't know why I'm going on Jordan Henderson. Sorry, why I know that. But for some reason, I saw his price and they seem to be selling pretty decent. For Jordan Henderson, for a midfielder who doesn't score or assist. Yeah, really, it actually really surprised me. Few hundred dollars definitely. You know, $400. You're looking at a Jordan Henderson price, which I was astounded by. My Bellingham 5 Match Attacks Bundesliga Chrome is off to PSA, so I definitely send the Deco one. I've liked Rashford more than Greenwood. Good thing I never invested in him being a Man United fan. I never liked his game. Who Greenwood's? Oh yeah. I said I'm not going to mention Greenwood. So I got offered 150 for a prison cracked ice rookie. 49. Should I sell or just hold the Greenwood? I was thinking sell. For me, it's a sell. I can't see him coming back personally. It's like backing the wrong horse. Favourites don't always win. Very true. If you don't sell Greenwood, someone else will sell Greenwood. So you might as well try, in my opinion. Exactly. I have a fair bit of Greenwood, but I sold most when Ronaldo. And I know a few people. Who and again, taking what's happened out, why wouldn't you invest in Greenwood? Is it a great club? Is English? And there's always an English premium. Chance of going to World Cup after World Cup after World Cup. Chance of becoming the main striker in one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like it's a no brainer, and obviously this is something that was just unaccounted for. But those factors, there's going to be people out there who still think, do you know what? There's a chance, and the smallest of chances. There's people with deep pockets at the end of the day. Is what I'm trying to say. So there's people who think, do you know what? I'm gonna buy it on the basis that there might be a possibility. And if there is that possibility, I still will be able to sell that for either what I'm about to sell it for, what I'm about to buy it for, or more. What site software is this? So depending on which one it is, it's gemrate.com, which goes on the how many tens are at PSA, SGC, whatever. And this one is called Market Movers. I'd say it's really good for basketball. Not so good for football. Market Movers. Cheers, Compton. Sports cards are more emotional than the marketplace. That's absolutely true. Sports cards in general are an emotional thing. Thinking of this way, if something happened in a business, there is a fire sale. People who don't sell in time get margin called. Nobody will buy Xavi. Nobody cares about non-scorers. It will be more niche. Yeah. So back to the first point. This is where there's this new influx of people. There's so many people that have just come in the market just to buy and sell. That's it. Like I have conversations with people who just buy and sell. They don't care about the plays, they don't care about this, that, and the other. It's just coming in, right? This player's doing well. I'm gonna buy, flip, do that. There's so many people that just buy to flip. It's insane. So it's taking that collector element out of it. But the people who are willing to spend that money are the people with that emotional attachment. Are the people who will spend whatever on certain players. And that's another good point, Compton, is that there's a massive difference between the US market and the UK market. We're way behind the US market, so how it reacts in the US market will be. I'm not speaking about Greenwood, just in general. How something reacts in the US market is going to be different to how it reacts in the UK market. Completely agree, mate. Xavi was one of the best midfielders of his generation. Knowing 10 players don't mean knowing 10 players don't mean and that's it. Like I can, and people who know football, people who know soccer, right? I can have a conversation with someone, and I will know if you know no football, or if you just kind of pandering because you think, right, do you know what? I need to know football. I need to know about this. So you'll read a back page of a paper or something like that. And I know the difference. I know conversations that I can have with certain people. And it's the same in England. Like there's people in England who pretend to know more than they do about football. And again, not judging anyone, it's fine. But I'm just saying I know when I'm speaking to someone who really knows the football or who just pretends to know because they think it's the thing to do. And it's just like I said, it's the same. I've had many conversations over with people in the States. I'm more surprised by the people in the States who do know more about football, because again, before I got into this hobby, I just thought as most English do, Americans don't know anything. But the ones who I've spoken to seem to actually know quite a bit about the game. A few that don't, but some that do. John Stockton can be legendary in basketball as an assist leader. Nobody cares about John Stockton unless they live in the state of Utah. It's a niche market. Don't know. Oh no, I do know John. I think I know. Was John Stockton a manager? Maybe. Yeah. And then again, this is the thing. There's always going to be sports cards in general is a niche market. So then to find a niche market of a specific player is there's always going to be someone for someone in terms of the hobby. Oh, that's what I've realized. There's a market for everyone. It's just the prices are different. And when you get, even if you get two people over two John Stockton fans, and it's a five John Stockton auto comes in, they will be bidding against each other to try and get it. So you only need two people to have a party, right? You only need these two to fight against each other to sell your card. So yeah. Yeah. Only a small niche. Just thinking of all those poor people who graded cards with PSA ages ago. Oh my god, yeah, that's still with them. And why is my power gone? There we go. Tens for days. Happy with that. Yeah. Yeah, well done, mate. They should be with me in 2 days. So I'll send John. I'll send those out with you. If I don't meet up with you, I'll probably meet up with you, but I'll send them with the other two that I've got from PSA today. I'll send those two. I'm gonna get hit with upcharges on Greenwood. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Jesus, upcharges on something that you can't actually sell. I'd argue. I'd absolutely no. Yeah, no, you can't. I don't know. Regarding Henderson, his price is aligned with how many Liverpool collectors there are, which is exactly what you were saying earlier about how many needed to drive the prices. That's actually good. That's a good point, Jay. There's a lot of Liverpool collectors. One-dimensional players runs off the right wing as an inverted mid and tries to bang him. Evening, Westy. Evening. And half of my Greenwood collection gone, and trying to sell the other half, taking one hell of it. And that's what I mean. Like, why should you not sell those cards if there's a willing buyer? Like, obviously you're not forcing anyone to buy the card. So I mean, yeah, good luck to you. There is going to be a market. It's one of those you're going to get pennies. You're going to get pennies on the dollar for it, unfortunately. And yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation all the way around. It's ridiculous. Prior to my previous message, this is why collectors are more important than the hobby than investors are. 1000%. Jay, that hit the nail on the head. There's so many people now, and you probably made another comment, so apologies if I'm skipping over what you're about to say. There's so many people now in the hobby who don't realize the value of collectors, because collectors the one investors have money. Obviously, investors have money. Excuse me, but the collectors are the ones who are not bothered about what they pay for certain things. Some investors aren't. I speak to a number, and if the price is right for them, they will pay. They don't really care that much. They do and they don't. The thing with collectors is they know the price of that person that they're collecting, so they're not going to go too outrageous after it. But if they feel it's a fair price, they will buy instantly. Collectors are way more important than investors in this hobby. 100%. No, point guard for the Jazz in the 80s. All right. Who am I thinking of then? I don't know. Steve Kerr, I think. Named one of the 50 greatest players in the NBA. Just like a PC, Gary Payton. He's one I definitely don't know. Thought about it from a moral standpoint for him a minute, but can't bear keeping a picture of him in there. Yeah, no, that's fair, mate. That's absolutely fair. Yeah, like I said, it's one of them. I ended up having a 20-minute chat with my mum the other day about it, and it's one of those that's going to have a lot of repercussions moving forward, because when it's someone like that who had everything, had the world at his feet, believed he had the world at his feet, believed he could do anything he wanted. It's going to be a shock to a lot of people. Like I said, I hope he gets the harshest sentence going. But anyway, so yeah, so what time are we on? 1:15. Oh, we still got some time. So what I'm doing now? What am I doing? Let's look at Domrus. Let's see where Domrus is as a price. So if you remember me talking about Domrus Hobby right before it came out, seeing the checklist, not liking the checklist, saying that the price was going to come down because this is why it's really important to look at checklists for me. Really, really important to look at checklists and to see where the value add is, where the value add is when you're looking to invest. If your main goal is investments. So with Gabby Martinelli, let's say Gabby Martinelli was the person to get in the Domrus, or one of the people. He was the rookie to get in Domrus Hobby. His prices went from $80 for a refractor to $20 to a refractor. So in turn, if he's the chase, all that price shifts onto then the box, which is again why the box price keeps coming down and will continue to come down. Road to Qatar Hobby box. And these are eBay prices. I know they're going for, this is low, but I know they're going for a lot less than this. I mean, $320. £236. £236. And don't forget, at one point this was going 5, 6. Don't forget, actually, no. Let me scale. Don't forget, at one point, Blowout tried to hustle us and charge 1,000 a box. Luckily, none sold, but they tried to hustle us and buy 1,000 a box. And I vehemently told people to stay away, because there was no way that this Domrus Hobby was worth anywhere close. It is worth. Like I said, I still think the price is going to come down now. Now, if this gets to 150 quid to $200, buy it, because then there's still players in there. There's still cards you can get. Imagine getting a Kaboom from $150 box, £150 box, $200. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it'll go that low, but again, there'll be someone at some point where you'll be able to get it very cheap. Anyone remember those cereal boxes? Those cereal boxes for Prism. They were, at one stage, I was selling them at 60 quid, $60, so about 40 quid. Now you can get them for about 8, 9 quid, 10, 11 quid. So everything's just in perspective. And it all goes to the same thing, making sure that you can get value from whatever that box is. And we could have said, even when those blasters, the cereal boxes, were at $50, $60, they weren't worth it. You had to get a silver of Saka or Curtis Jones for it to be worth anything. other than that, it didn't really have much value in the cereal boxes, and it still doesn't. But again, for now, for nine $9 or $10 or whatever it is a box, it's now worth it. So the values come down to where it's worth buying it again. I think these are going to come down more. They might settle at $300. Again, that's pure speculation. Obviously I have absolutely no idea. But I think it's going to come down when Prism comes out. So when Prism comes out, there's going to be people who've got boxes of these who are then going to try and sell as many as they can. So you might be able to get it for $300, $280, which again just brings the price all the way down. And if you can get somewhere, you get a low numbered Haaland, low numbered Saka, Bellingham, Messi, Pele auto, like David Beckham auto, David Beckham Kaboom, like there's still something that you can get from them. Then at that price, my situation's going to switch, and I'll be like, buy. Why wouldn't you buy at this price? So, but it's going to come down more. Wait till Prism comes out and everyone gets on Prism, then this price is going to be sub 300 for a little bit. But then it might climb back up if there's no product. Actually, that's another thing to take into consideration as well. If there is 5-6 products coming out, so we've got Prism, we've got Immaculate, we've got Prism. There's already 5 or 6 Champions League products coming out. When they come out in that cluster, everyone's going to be rushing to break it. Everyone's going to be rushing to buy a certain player. There's going to be a Gavi card. Everyone's going to try and get after the Gavi card. So then that was the opportune time to get something like this, because it'll be about $250. It'll be about $240. And if you're able to get a case of it, there's a chance that you will definitely get a Kaboom and you will get a case hit auto. But for the price of buying it, if you went in with 3 or 4 different people and you're only spending $500 each to get a case of it, like $2,000 or whatever, like it's kind of a no brainer, because you're likely to get some decent cards from it. Oh, a few comments. I always got an Ansu Fati 10 auto I might be sending to you. Oh, Ansu! I love Ansu. Yeah, mate, no worries, Billy. Yeah, just send me a message, mate. Not a problem. Imagine having 2 5-year-olds with his name on the back. Oh, don't, mate. Oh, don't. Ugh. Panini did a bait and switch with the checklist. They flat out lied. Fly. Literally, a flat out lie. Like, it was ridiculous, mate. Oh god, Westy, is everyone in agreement that this year's Donruss is complete fucking disaster? It was an awful product, an awful product. Like I said, let me see what I've got here. Yeah, these were from. What are these from? I had some. The inserts were absolutely horrendous. The inserts were absolutely horrendous. I love the inserts from the. Oh, here we go. I love the inserts from the blasters. The blasters, I think these inserts, I love these. I think I might even collect all these. But the inserts are absolutely fantastic. Not that one. Even that insert is simple, but it's better. It's better than any of the inserts from the hobby box. I hated the inserts in the hobby. Aaron, hey Aaron, not soccer, but check Facebook Messenger for what's just arrived from a break I was in. Oh, let me have a look. Oh, nice. Signed jersey. I need to give my Rooney one away. Wayne Rooney. I might be doing a case break, so I might give this away. I keep saying it. Rooney. Auto signed jersey. England. What boxes do you think is a good buy apart from Donruss Blasters? I think. Okay. I'll tell you what. We'll do. Let's go to David Adams because I've got a sneaky feeling, and I could be wrong. I'll tell you what was a good buy, which is now changed because the price has gone up. But the blasters from the T-Mobile blasters from Chronicles the year before last year, 1920, they were a good buy at one point, but then the price has gone way up. Let's have a look. Let's see where value can be from. So this is just David Adams. If anyone's on David Adams. Someone said something about Immaculate. I'm still on the chase for Immaculate. So hit me up. I want a good price. Like, I'm not paying $10,000 for a case of Immaculate. No chance. Anyone who's seen my stories on Instagram will see what I'm willing to give up. Plus cash. I'm still willing to part with cash. I really didn't like these. These were. We're talking about Donruss being a terrible product. I think these were a terrible product in terms of investment. If you're a collector, it's probably nice to have a little variety, but in terms of an investor, ooh, not very nice. So nothing on that page. Mosaic still going for. Mosaic's coming well. Mosaic is probably good. To be fair, that's actually the Mosaic in La Liga and Serie A. They might be a shout. What we got? Mosaic H2. The H2 is not bad because you get an auto in it. You get one auto in a box, and for $100, again, it's always what your propensity to spend is. Like, I'll say, oh, I'll buy. What did I buy last? I bought a Sapphire because I thought it was a good deal. But it does, like, I bought the Sapphire for $150 less than what it's selling for. So for me, I was like, oh, that's a really good deal. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not because the likelihood of getting something that price point that I bought at is still 4 times higher than what it was originally selling for. So unless I hit big, it was always going to be at a loss. So the advice would be if you get a box which is low, but you still have a chance of getting something good. So like a Mosaic Hobby at one, even though I'm not really a fan of Mosaic Hobby, Mosaic Euro, there's still some nice cards in there. It's just very hard to hit. That's the only thing. So I mean, like I said, 20 box H2, so you get 20 autos in there. Like for me, I would say if there's people who can kind of band together, like why not buy that at 20 boxes? That's 20 autos. That's a case hit. I don't think you can get the stained glass in these. But 20 autos, like there might be an auto in that you get an auto in there. That's a short print auto. Grade it, you might be able to get $1,000 back. That's already half the value of the box. So you're just searching for that. So again, it's just trying to find value. So maybe that. The Breakaways is a really good product. But it's auto 1 every 2. But you can get color blasts. You can get kabooms in it, I think, as well. So that might be a shout. These have seemed to jump back up in price. I swear it was a lot lower than that. So with the H2s, really. Oops. What else can you get? What else we got? Bundesliga Sapphire. Bundesliga Sapphire is not too bad. Again, you've got your Moukoko, your Bellinghams, your Wirtz. Sapphire is a great product. I love Sapphire. Again, I'm not totally a fan of the Bundesliga Sapphire, but It's a product where you can get a low numbered Jude, a low numbered Makoko, a low numbered Wirtz. Can't think of it. There's Diaby for Leverkusen. There'll be a few other names. Reina, Haaland, obviously. There'll be a few players in there, so that could be a good shout. The Sapphire, and you probably could get it somewhere cheaper than 360 from David Adams. I would assume. So that could be a good shout. The Bundesliga. I'm a fan of Stadium Chrome, but maybe it's an investment, maybe not. Uh, uh, uh. I keep wanting to buy these. But if you've seen the checklist of like anything like prior to 1920, the checklist of the autos of some of these cards are just abysmal. Like they're really bad. Like Tom Cleverley's, it's just crazy. So yeah, that's that for that. And again, I'm behind on message 27080. I'm guessing that's Domrich. You think, yes, Aaron. Finally, hey Kevin, how you going, man? You okay? It's me versus you. Oh, Kevin, you've absolutely. If McNeil gets any points this week, I am going to be absolutely gutted, mate. I need to cut your lead. I absolutely need to cut your lead. Oh, actually, Aiden, are you still in? Is the? Oh no, well you can't update it. I suppose it's still one. Yeah, it's still one game to play. That game will count, by the way, because it's the same game week. So Saturday's game will need to. Saturday's game will need to count in this week because it's the same game week and people still are dependent on certain plays in that game. Any joy with the Immaculate Hand? I need that Kakaroto from this set. Did I know someone who's got a Kakaroto? Oh, I actually don't know. I'm sure. Well, I think I know a few people. All boys down to RCs. If the RCs are trash, what is it worth? Or okay, a Pelea or Kaboom Haaland prices are already dropping for those cards once people realize it's not rare. That's true. They were dropping from the beginning. Like they started off at like $2,000, and then the Pelea autos, and then they quickly dropped to like $800, like $1,000, $1,200, and less. Been meaning to ask you for a while. I have a case of 1718 Donruss Hobby. What do you think the price was? 1718 Donruss. What's the hit in that? I'm trying to think of who's on the front. 1516 was Bale. 1718. Oh, is that Pulisic? Is that Pulisic rookie in that one? No, that was before. All I've got in my mind is Select. I can't think of the Donruss 1718. Again, with it Westy, it's who's if there's any cards in there that are still selling like ridiculous, like if there's a Pulisic auto in there, or if there's a really good Ronaldo that's selling, then yeah, it's always going to be better to keep the case. But let me know. Let me look into that one because that's an interesting one. That one I've not heard of many 1718 cases being about. I've not seen any, and I'm always looking at cases. Donruss has always been a poor product. It's 120 box product. Just seems worse this year because of its price. But Donruss, and that's the other thing. Donruss was poor until 1819 because of the plays you can get in 1819. Like 1819, Mbappe, Phil Foden, Davies, Havertz at one point. Sancho at one point. Like it was just that impact of these great young players that kind of were amazing. Whereas you look at 15-16 Donruss and the amazing players at that point, which again it plays to the hobby 5 years later, 6 years later, they're not relevant anymore. Again, another thing to take into consideration. But at that point it was like Sturridge and Theo Walcott. Well, not Theo Walcott, but you know what I mean. Players like that. Ronnie is several months older than Rooney, yet Rooney looks substantially older. Serious question for UK people. Here we go. People on Twitch, listen up. We got a question from YouTube. Serious question for UK people. Do you watch only EPL? Sure, the top four teams are in top 10 in the world, but their two best players and best teams are in the Bundesliga. Um, so I'm going to speak with a bias. I'll speak on behalf of most of the people in the UK. So, in terms of the league is the best league in the world because it's the most competitive teams in that league. It's played at a faster pace, so it's easily the best league in the world. So in terms of that, that's for me. That's a it's a mute argument. It's easily the best league in the world. Um, because I'd rather watch a uh Newcastle Southampton game than Kaiserslautern versus Werder Bremen, right? And I think most people who watch football would would agree with that. Like, yeah, you're gonna get Kaiserslautern fans who are gonna love it. Werder Bremen fans absolutely love it. But in total, people who just watch football and watch football for I watch football for fun. Like I don't, I'm not always watching. I watch anything that's on, but there's restrictions on where I will watch. So I watch La Liga. I watch the top teams in Bundesliga. I watch the very top teams in League One. But I've watched League One. It doesn't excite me as a league. Serie A, a little bit. It can be boring. It's a slower pace. It's a more technical game. It's more methodical. Um, so yeah, that's Serie A. Bundesliga, you've got two, three good teams in there, and the rest are bang average. But then you've got the Premiership where it's a competition every single week, um, which is why it's the best league in the world. So if you get to and don't forget most of these play at similar times. So if I'm watching the best, if I want to watch football, I'm gonna watch the best. Like so, yeah, that's me. I'm saying that from a bias as well. I'm saying that with an England shirt on, from a bias. Like I am biased, but Premier League is the best league in the world, next to none. La Liga and Bundesliga, semi, and they've got obviously. Then you go into the. I prefer watching the Premiership than the Champions League. Personally, I prefer watching the Premiership than the Champions League. Sometimes I prefer watching Championship to the Champions League, but by the by, McNeil is good, but he scores. It's FA Cup weekend. It don't count. Yeah, I can update the scores tomorrow. Been meaning to update, but work as and uni has been man. It has it. Yeah, but yeah, this Saturday's game counts because it would then void all other games if we didn't count it. So it has this Saturday has to count. I'll put a message in the group. Do you know anything about David Adams saying your order has been voided and you need to pay again? No, I've not. I've definitely not seen that. Message me after, mate. I've no. I've never. I've had it from Blowout before, where they voided an order because I paid through. At one stage they didn't accept like credit card or something like that, so they took the money, but then they refunded it back. They should whatever they've taken, they should refund back within 24 hours. Oh, 18. Wait, you've got a case of 1819 hobby or blasters? If you got a case of 1819 hobby, mate, oh my goodness. Jesus, that is worth a lot of money. Even the blasters, I think blasters you still be able to sell for quite a lot. But the if you got 1819 hobby of Domrus, my goodness, I won't even like to. I barely see a box of it. Never mind a case of it. Prem, La Liga, Bundes, Serie A, League in that order. Jacko, yep, agree with that. We got FPL as well. Need to pray McNeil bags a goal to beat. I need a win. I'm like seventh. I'm like seventh in the league. I've dropped over Christmas. I've dropped. I need to change. I need to change my team dramatically. Lukaku has just not done it for me at all. I'm fuming. And I've got Wilson. Wilson's out until March. Uh, anyway, thanks for your opinion. Yeah, Compton. You know what? I'll stand by it. It's definitely a bias. It don't. It's FA Cup, mate. Jay, it's Burnley versus Arsenal. I'm pretty sure. Uh, Burnley Watford. Sorry, Burnley Watford. One game, mate. And like I say, it's this same game week, so it counts even though it's split over like 2 weeks. Mate, have you seen my team? I, d- I'm amazed. Like, yo, let's have a look. uh, it's crazy. And like, you got 4 point lead, and this is your team. Mad. And what he's going McNeil's gonna end up scoring. That's the annoying thing. McNeil's gonna end up scoring. So anyway, Westy, with the Domrus 1819 box, one hobby box is selling for about 2 grand. Again, for a case, you're obviously gonna have to find uh, the right buyer. But 1819 hobby, yeah, it's selling for 2 grand a box. So if there's 12 boxes, what 24 grand, 26 grand, at least. Prices have fluctuated a little bit. They came down a little over Christmas, but yeah, you're looking at $2,000. Very very minimum. You're looking at $1,500 per hobby box. And if you, by the way, if you're looking to sell at around $1,500, you will sell out. Unless the prices dramatically come down for some reason. There's just not that many out there. Sketching up that. They avoided because you were using Boris Johnson's water. Wait, have you seen? Did it? Still got cases on blowout, been sitting at 30K for a while, haven't moved. So I know people who have bought Dom. So basically, Blowout at Christmas did a sale. Again, let's go to Blowout. Blowout did a sale at Christmas for Domrus, and they did it at $2,000 for a Domrus hobby. Da, 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 da. 1819. So yeah, so they did it under 2,000, and I'm pretty sure they sold quite a few because I know a few people who bought and were doing breaks on it. I was tempted to buy a box at two 800. I'm not interested at all. So you won't. Again, personally, 2,800 is just way too much for this. So for me, around, if you are wanting to sell now, I'd personally go down the route of selling a box individually. If you are wanting to sell the case and you've got a reasonable price, let me know. I may have a few people who are willing to buy it, mate. So let me know a price you're comfortable with, and I'll float it about um a few people. But in if you're looking to sell a box individually, half the price, because I'm assuming you bought it for a lot less than what it is now, or what it's saying the price is now. So if you're looking just to make the profit on selling the individual boxes, you'll probably get a lot, because what breakers will do is breakers will price it at probably at least £2,000. It's going to be like $2,000. This what is this? There's 30 teams in it, so it'll be like 170 spot. The cheaper that they can get it for, obviously, the cheaper they get it for, the better. But um, I from what I've seen from Christmas until now, I've seen these selling out at like 2,200 a break, 2,300 a break. So again, it depends what your price point is. But mate, yeah, if you need any help, just give us a shout, and I'll try and I'll see who may be interested. What it might be doing, I don't know if you're going to the show in April. There should be some big guys there. That's actually another shout. Let me while I'm thinking. These companies that will buy it back off you, so that might be a shout. Selling it back to David Adams, selling it back to GTS. Um, they may say, right, you might be able to get partial money plus new product, so there might be a newer product that's coming out that you might be able to kind of trade in value type thing. So that might be a shout. Or, like I said, at the UK card show on April the 9th, UK Box Break Cyrus, you might be able to sell them individually. Like if you are, and if it's a gold price, I might buy a few off you as well. Thanks, mate. Anyone want to trade for Aubameyang? Oh, Aubameyang. Anyway. Thanks, mate. I'll have a think. Have you been to those? I didn't. Do you know what? I've not, mate. I couldn't get to the one what's just gone. I'm definitely going to the. I've got a table at the one at UK Card Show on April 9th, and I'm going to the Northern one on the 26th of February, which is in Bolton, which I can't wait. You want the most money? Find someone in China. Yeah, Hobby is probably one of the most. Donruss Hobby is probably one of the most desirable. I mean, you got Ronaldo autos in there, you got Pele, you got everyone, you got Ronaldinho autos in there. It's a desirable product, but the price point is, yeah, the price point's kind of insane at the moment. It's not selling at 2,800 because again, even if you were a breaker, the people who will probably sell this product to open. You're a breaker and you're selling it. It's $3,000 a box. There's absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance it sells. It's just it's way too expensive. But it's like 18. Is it 1718? 1718 Prism? No, 1718 Tops Champions League, which was the first Champions League. Was it 1718? Yeah. So look at 1718 Champions League. Like, it's at 33,000. Don't get me wrong, some of the cards sell for absolutely crazy amounts of money, but who's buying it at that? I don't know. They don't do box breaks, they do multi-case breaks. They may. Yeah, I need to get in. I'm not. That's a market I don't. Because I know there's obviously they've got their own eBay, so I don't know what it's called. Keep the case sealed, dude. And yeah, obviously that's another thing. Keep the case sealed. Oh, is it really? I used to live in Bolton. But where do you live now? 15 minutes, because I'm 15 minutes away from Bolton. I live in Prestwich. Technically classed as Bury. I'm just across the road from Heaton Park. Well, yeah, I'm close to Heaton Park. Boxes. It's what I wax lyrical about. It's the best investment. Sealed wax is the best investment. But again, if the person looking to buy a house, 20 grand is a very nice down payment on a house. So, yeah, and that's one of the reasons for investing in it. Buying the things that you want to buy. So yeah, the two of the craziest products that I've seen are Donruss Hobby 1819 and Champions League 1718. Oh, so you're the other side. I know a few people Wigan side. Lee. See, that's the thing. I see prices in America, and I was like, Manchester, come to Manchester, mate. House prices in Manchester are absolutely obscene. But the houses in America seem like 30 times bigger. Like I could be wrong, but that's how it looks. So 250K is what, $350,000. $350,000. I bet you'll be able to get a 4-bedroom house in America. You can get a place in obviously in a lot of places in England for 350K, but in Manchester it's very, very expensive. Very, very expensive to get a good house. And this is no land, by the way. This is literally no land, no garden, just a little outside back where you can store your bin. You can walk about 3 steps, and that's it. Terraced house. Well, that's it. That's it. So 20,000 years, like 10%. Be about 10. But anyway, I'm talking about the housing market now. Compton gets me talking about all sorts. Really does. Back to do. Right, yeah. So again, convert. Yeah, yeah. That's my yeah. That's where I live. Me now. And that has gone up. That's gone up by like my house has gone up by like 20% in since I've lived here. Prices are just outrageous in Manchester. City centre. I used to live in city centre. Oh my god. We were caught. Yeah. Oh mate, preach. It's But like I said, I've got Heaton Park. So if I need to stretch the legs, I can go to Heaton Park. It's very nice. Right. Trying to think of anything else to talk about. Is that it? Are we done? Are we done for today, ladies and gentlemen? Median in Seattle is. You see, the thing is, Seattle. I wouldn't even. Again, I don't know places. I've never been to America, so I don't know. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't say okay, rich place or a place of wealth. Ooh, Seattle. It just doesn't. I know you got the Sounders, the Seattle Sounders. Um, there's a movie called Sleepless in Seattle. Uh, that's about it, mate. That's about it. Right. Does anyone? I think that's it. I think that's it. So anyone who's looking for grading, send me a message. I will be. The submission closes on the 11th of February. Oh, SGC. SGC. Let me just quickly go over SGC. So for me, this is absolute Seahawks. This is so for those who didn't see that the SGC has drastically changed their turnaround times. This at one stage was up to 50 days, so like 8 weeks. It was at the same price, $30. Now in the last 2 days, it's changed to $25. So all my submissions from the end of December, which I expected back the end of February, they've come back now. So I sent some in January, early January, which I sent 92 in early January, which I expect back in like 4 weeks, which is absolutely crazy. Then they added this beautiful tier here, which is $40, which for me, with when it's shipping and including insurance, blah blah blah, pre-grades, it's 40 quid. 2 weeks. 2 weeks for the cards to come back, which I think is just amazing. For the people who like to buy, sell, flip, buy, flip, buy again, that's a game changing bracket. I'm going to be sending 20 in there myself. Like I said, with the sole purpose, and I'll do it next week. I'll show the cards that I'm sending in, what I paid for them, if I remember, because it's been a while for some of them. Send them to grading because it'll be next week when they go off to grading. Get them back within 2 weeks, all on eBay. See what I've sold for. See what the profit is. That'll be a fun little episode. So we'll do that next week. And that's it. Oh, great question. Aaron, thoughts on Newcastle's January signings? Is it enough to keep them up? Let me Let me see what fixtures they've got coming up. It's a lot. Regardless, it's a lot because it's is anyone knows who knows football. It's not just buying players. Like they've got to suit into a certain formation. And the thing is with Eddie Howe, I like Eddie Howe as a manager, but he's not the best defensive manager. He likes to score goals, Eddie Howe. So to build a team to not concede is going to be difficult, which is what they're going to need to be able to start racking up points. So looking at their fixtures, so they've got Everton. Everton have just bought and bought well and got a new manager, so they're going to be looking to impress. Then got Aston Villa. Aston Villa are a very good team, but they've got 2 home games. Fair enough. Then got West Ham. Then got Brentford. Tough game. There's actually not going to be an easy game. I don't know why I'm keeping going. There's Brighton do well. Are doing well. Brighton actually a very good team. A dark horse. Chelsea. Palace. They could probably win that one. Spurs. Wolves again, another win potentially. Leicester. Norwich. Liverpool. Man City. Arsenal. They've got Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal in 3 of the last 4 games. So if they're not safe by the last month, they're going to struggle. They are going to struggle. Basically, a new back 4. Yeah, just looking at those fixtures, then trying to weigh up. If they've not got enough points by that time, because again, you obviously got Liverpool, Man City are just by far better teams. So they're going to need enough points in the bank to. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. He's going to have to start quick, and that's the other thing. If he doesn't start quick, the confidence is not going to be there. I don't think they're safe. I think there's better teams. I think Norwich have a better chance because of Dean Smith than Newcastle have of staying up. Norwich have got this momentum going, and I think they'll do better. I hear Ed Woodward is available to be the new leader of Newcastle. Oh, Ed Woodward. We've barely lost by more than a goal and have probs the most draws in the league. Our defence has been improved massively, so I have faith. Bucky here. I'm sure, listen, as a Newcastle fan, I am sure you have faith, but you've got your top scorer out. Wilson's out for a month. Want to make a little wager. Oh, I thought you were going to say I'll probably make a wager of them staying up. Them and not actually. Let me see the league. Let's have a look at the league. I am not one to shy away from a told wager, my friend. So you Norwich on 16, you on 15 game in hand. Watford are definitely down. Burnley are down. So then it's between Leeds, Everton, Norwich, Newcastle. Leeds are starting to get the players back. They won't be there. Everton definitely won't be there. Everton are that. I'm surprised Everton are that low, to be honest. But Everton won't be there. Brentford have got a decent enough team, but they might lose in the next week. Norwich, not better than Everton, not better than Leeds, not better than Palace. Southampton, you're getting off the range of like 10 points away. I think it's going to be tough for Newcastle. Do you play Norwich? Well, you must play Norwich. That's going to be a game. That's going to be a game. I'm just thinking now. What are you saying? I'll do. Yeah. DM me later, mate. Yeah. DM me later. I'll have a. Yeah, that'll be fun. DM me. We'll have a conversation. And I like Newcastle. That's the thing. I actually like Newcastle. I love the supporters of Newcastle. I absolutely love a team that loves the team that much. I absolutely think it's amazing. Um, I just think it's gonna be tough for you. It's gonna be tough. Everton are definitely not gonna be there. You're wanting Southampton to lose some points. Crystal Palace potential. Watford and Burnley are definitely down. I know Watford have signed a new manager, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Burnley, Burnley just are not good enough. And Burnley just signed that Wout Weghorst. But anyway, yeah. Great ground, absolutely great ground, great support. Um, did you get an email for Tara today? Yeah, I got my email. I think I got my email on Friday. You know, mate. I am waiting for Petito. I've also got a. Did I get a Gabby Martinelli? I can't remember. I might have got a Gabby Martinelli. Can't remember. Um, I got a few. I got a few. But anyway, that's that. Thank you all for joining as usual. It's been fun. Message me if anyone Petito. Anyone needs anything, as always, send me a message. I will know I've got a few to get back to, so it might be a while, but please feel free to do. I might even be playing FIFA tonight. I don't know. It's been a while, so I might play FIFA. I don't know, but I will respond to you by like 2, 3 Patino. By about 1, 2 in the morning, everyone should have a response from me if you need. If I've not responded to you in a while, by the way, please just send me like a follow-up message, because sometimes I'll get one message, forget to reply, then I'll get 20 other messages, and it's just too far down the list, and I don't remember to reply. So honestly, I don't feel bad if I've not replied to you, and then you want to send a follow-up message, because I want to reply to everyone, and it's just sometimes I forget. Happy birthday! Cheers, Aaron, mate. I need money. I need money. I need money. Who's giving out money? I need money. Right, guys. Love you and leave you. Have a good rest of your evening. I don't know what I'm about to have for tea. I'm about to have something nice for tea, I hope. And I will speak to you all in DMs. Have a good evening. Don't forget to like and whatever for wherever you are. At least like it. YouTube people, at least like the post. That's all. Thank you.